Hey guys. Come on, smoke with me. Good. I'm glad to hear that. You made one. I'm so excited to have you. Maybe it will inspire you to do some of your own about shipping. Specifically shipping, I mean. Are we connected? Can you hear me now? Specifically shipping. Okay. I mean, I don't know if Elko is still here or not. I just see that you're here, so we talked already. So we'll just wait a little bit. But can I show you anything? Would you like to see anything? Can I take requests? Something you want to see in person, like live? I mean, it's like he knows. It's like he knows. He like wants to be on. It's like, why are you paying attention to your phone and not me? I know, Sultan, I'm sorry. So, I guess I'll wait another minute or two. But I'm going to put this on YouTube anyway, so welcome in, everybody, if you're watching this later on tape, in the can, as they say. So, this has been kind of good, I think, for a few people who have been doing these, and I've been enjoying other makers and other people's live streams as well. It's fun to interact. Nobody does live things anymore like in that way. It's all, even though we love instant gratification, right? But anyway, this has been productive, I think, for all of us. And what I aim to do with the rest of these is to continue to be constructive in advice, opinion, and I guess just taste and things that I feel. So here it is. This is, I guess, the second official review, live review, that I'm gonna do. I have Elko, I think, still. So if you are here, we'll start with his pins that I got. He sent me a nice little care package. Thank you, sir. That was very kind of you. I don't know how loud the music is. Now the dog is barking in the next door. So that's nice. It's the wonders of living in Hollywood and of living in an open bungalow setting. Somebody else knows. They just want to be on. So I thank you very much for the care package that I got. I will not showcase the pin that you asked me not to showcase, but I have it. I have it anyway. But yeah, so Revenge of the Jedi. And yes, that was just a smudge on the envelope that you sent me. So he was concerned about a picture that I sent him of the pin itself. And no, there was a little smudge on the enamel, but it was just a spot. It was like a piece of schmutz. Dog. So anyway, but if you haven't seen it, you guys can look backwards here, but I'm going to turn you guys around at some point to see it. Revenge of the Jedi, which was the original title for Return of the Jedi. But then, of course, it was changed. Lucas, I guess, deemed it too dark and too sinister and too not un-Jedi-like. Revenge is un-Jedi-like. So this is great, though. So here's what I think. Your backing card is great. You've had this backing card for a minute, I think. It's simple yet effective. It has nothing to do with Revenge of the Jedi, but it's pretty standard that you can use with the rest of your stuff. You got double rubbers, which is great, and it's double, which is fantastic. I was going to take these off ahead of time, but I thought that would do you injustice to the time it takes to take them off these, with Sultan in your hands too. So what I appreciate about this pen is that, okay, for a soft enamel pen, it's sick, and it would go great with my Maul pens as well. But so I'm going to put it down and turn it around so we can get a better view of it. And there's no bells and whistles to what I'm doing here, you guys. I'm not trying to wow and amaze you with my video editing skills or anything like that. I'm just giving you straight, this is like a video podcast. So look at how clean it is. It's very clean. Everything's neat. It's very sexy, although I will say, actually, now that I'm looking at it very closely, do you see there's a little schmutz there in the D, but I don't know if I can, it's unschmutzable, it's there. So you were right, if that's what the one you were talking about. Actually, I never saw it, didn't see that one. So, but while I have you down here, let's look at some of his other work, which I really like. Bird Person is Phoenix Person, excuse me, is great. The Shark Fin was what originally drew me to his work. I love the Shark Fin, it's one of his best sellers. And then I got Hunter, here Murray as Hunter. And the other three are just some of his standard phrasings, letterings, if you will, for etc. bags, you know, whatever. Phoenix Person, though, you were one of the first to jump on it. It's pretty dope. I got 2 of them, so that's my one little critiques are that well, actually, let me finish what I like. I like that you have a stamp in the back. Like, you always have some little stamp. All your pens have some little stamp on them to signify it's you. It's not limited. There's no numbering, but that's okay. It's still got the artist stamp, which is, I think, very important. As an artist, you should do that. It's like your signature, you know. So we're gonna try and set you guys back up, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to. So just gonna put it. There we go. So what I would have liked is a number. If it is limited, if it's not, then I understand. I think you could have done this hard, but I understand maybe why you didn't, because it just, you know, it was probably simpler, and it's not like it's a banner marquee or something. It's, you know, it's a nice simple little pen, and it's not overpriced, and it's perfect for any Star Wars fan, especially someone who likes the lore. So there you go. Yeah. Thank you for the extras, by the way. Was I going to show another one of the extras? No. That one, no. But the next pen is from a maker, Tom's Lair. So, Tom's Lair. I thought it was Tom Slayer. Yeah, I know this no black for hard enamel. Everybody seems to say the same thing, no black for hard enamel. As Elko is so eloquently putting it in the comments, but I think that I've shown that before, where there is some black hard enamel, but maybe I'm looking at a gray. Let me show you this hard enamel. As you know, the vampire pen from Graveyard Goods. It's a Gary Oldman, of course, but I mean, look at the darkness in this dark enamel, a hard enamel. That's a black right there, I'm pretty sure, in the forehead there, up there. But anyway, you guys know better than me, I guess. I mean, I thought that I've seen some black hard enamel out there, but look, I bought it, didn't I? I like it. I'm happy. It's a sick pen. It's, like I said, it's gonna go great with my Mauls. That's really why I wanted it. So, there we go. Back to Tom. Tom's Lair. I thought his name was pretty dope when I saw it at first. I thought it was Tom Slayer. I think he's a slayer. Yeah, I'm sure, like, yeah, I understand. I understand that. I do. he says that you could get pretty dark, and he loves the hard enamel. He really wanted a deep black. Yeah, I understand. So look, it's a great movie. I understand you got some of these other ones. The movies is a dark, but not that dark. In Front of the Devil is too, I think, but maybe they're soft. I think they're soft now that I'm touching them. So back to Tom Slayer with the Gotham City Creamery pin, which I thought was a pretty original idea. I'll flip it around to show you the text in a second, but it's Mr. Freeze in an ice cream cone. I got the glittered. I'll talk about that in a second. And it's got an epoxy coating. You see it? See it right there? Got a little epoxy there. Fun little backing with the ice cream, or the icicles on the top and the bottom. His logo is pretty dope. There's no numbering on the back of this or anything, but it's got his handle there, so you can find him. Let's take it off. So, unfortunately on the back of Tom's, there is no printing, there is no real signature. It looks like there could have been, but there wasn't one. Like, what is that? It looks like there might have been. See it? Little creases. So, anyway, there's no lettering. Double posted though, like that. Need that on a pen like this. You don't want it to twist and turn, right? Double posted. But let's put it down and show it. So, see, it's pretty good detail. I mean, but it's soft enamel, so you can get pretty detailed with it. And like I said, I got the glitter, and the reason why I got the glitter is when I think of variants, I think that the value lies in the one that there was less made of this variant, I'm pretty sure. Or you can correct me if I'm wrong later, Tom, but I think there's less made of a variant with glitter. And B, the regular version could be reprinted, and I might prefer to have a second edition with my first edition alternative and a second edition alternative, which there may be. So we'll see. I might get the other one at some point, but right now I'm happy with this. He had a little deal. I went for the bait and took it, and I thus ended up with another Mr. Freeze pin because there aren't many Mr. Freeze pins. I will go first to L Black Bats, Mr. Freeze, Heart of Ice. Of course, we have Duncan's. Duncan Art. I'll throw him in here. And then also this one from, pretty sure this is Doe Eye. I think this is Doe. I'm sorry, ladies. I apologize in this moment. But anyway, these are my 3 other Mr. Freeze pins, so this is why I got this one to go along with that. So now I have a pretty, there aren't many Mr. Freeze pins out there, guys. Mr. Freeze is an underrated character, so is the Riddler and the Penguin. Just some ideas. So, I would have liked to have seen a back printing on this one. We've had the debate the past couple days now with hard enamel, soft enamel. We're having it right now, whether or not the epoxy is the alternative to that, and if that's a winner. On this one, I'd say yes, it is. I say it's a winner on this, but I think that this version, second edition, hard enamel glitter, could annihilate. If you're able to do that, Tom, I would give it a whirl. Maybe just make a few of them, because you got the mold already. Why not go for like a 25er and see what's up? Somebody might want it, like me. 24 other people. So there it is. Baked Beauty says that she feels as if the epoxy should be overall glitter. Well, some people don't want that much glitter, but I understand that. There could be an alternative variant for that too. So there you have it. That's what I got in the mail today. That's what we're gonna do, mail reviews. So I got some other stuff I did not too long ago, but I've already put that on the boards, and I don't have the backings and all that. So we're gonna leave them as is, and maybe eventually I'll get around to like pulling archived pins, and we'll talk about them. If someone's looking to trade for some, like we can have trade. I mean, like, I've seen some people do trading auctions now. So, live trading auctions. It's crazy. Disney Pins does. Or, like, somebody who's named Disney Pins 12 or something. Anyway. Yeah. So, some of the other topics. Okay, Elko. I see now. Baked Beauty. I've had pins lose their glitter without. I understand that. This has got epoxy all over the glitter. The glitter is not on top of it. The hard enamel with glitter is a problem, probably. So Elko says hard enamel is tricky. The lines are a few points thicker and end up looking cheap because they touch. Yeah. This Dracula is so clean, though. I can't stress it enough. We're going to put it down so we can get a look at it. Dracula is super, super, super clean. You know? I mean, what's your opinion on this? Anybody? Because I when I originally saw this design, I had to have it because it's for sentimental value for a story I'll tell you another time about my brother and I and this movie. But it's pretty big, you know? You know? So it's got some size to it. It's like 2.5 or 2. Yeah, this is Graveyard. Graveyard Goods. See, love it. Love this simple, clean back stamp. And I'm pretty sure this is limited edition, but they didn't number them. This is the one for trade. I got this up for trade. I mean, trade or sale. If you want it, come holler. There it is. Graveyard Goods. I think they may have some still, actually, so check them out first. Buy direct. Buy direct if you can. I approve of buying directly. I always ask the maker first before I try to trade. Other people. I'll try to trade the maker. I mean, you guys know I want to trade with y'all, but I don't make pins yet. But once I do, that kind of trading is on. So, yeah, it is Graveyard. Yeah, they do good work. I like them. What's up, man? We got some plays in the lodge. I said lodge because I just look at Black Lodge merch. And Zemily, if that's how I say it. Emily X. So hard enamel, soft enamel. We've been talking about it. It is tricky, and it's just one of those personal preference things. And maybe the test of time will be the only way we know how it will work. Because, like I said, there are some soft enamels that look like hard enamels. The Mondo pins that Tom Whalen does, they resemble hard enamel pins, but they are not hard enamel. So that's just how that goes. I fully believe that I have been shifted to hard enamel. I was a soft enamel fan because I like feeling it, like I like the texture. Call me dirty if you want to, but you can go fuck your fidget spinner. I'll take this pin on my hoodie any day to rub instead. You know, feel me? So, yeah, I mean, I agree. So maybe it will only be one of those things that in time will be where the trending value turns, because Disney does a lot of hard enamel pins, and Disney is the biggest in the pin game, as we all know. Disney, and those that are doing alternative Disney pins, hats off to you, bravo. I'm happy to oblige all the alternative Disney pins, and that includes Marvel and Star Wars and all that. Go to town, because their designs are shit. Oh. The Xbox controller did not want to hold that up. So anyway, their designs are shit. So like I said, no bells and whistles here. We're not editing anything. I don't give a fuck. So, I mean, I think that for me though, I like collecting the hard because I think hard will be something that will be on display. I've had this conversation a lot. What to do with the pins? We can't take them with you. Like, it's like, what are you doing with these pins? You know, they're art. They're pieces of art that I feel as if they're a collection. And you know, you put different pieces of your collection together, like any other thing, as I've done with comic books, baseball cards, figures, you name it. I mean, I've collected ticket stubs since I was a child. My movie ticket stubs, concert ticket stubs, all these ticket stubs everywhere. They're all over the place under no organization. One day I will do something with all. One day when I'm settled, and that will be when I do it. But I have them all, and like the pins, eventually they will be in their own place, and for reasons unknown now, but then they will be known. And I have given so many pins away. I mean, I'm so, like, I don't care. Like, it's a matter of joy. Like, if there's a pin that makes somebody happy. I mean, I was at Disney once and I tossed away my fuck you Rick and Morty portal pin because some dude was like, I love that you wore that to Disneyland. I was like, yeah, because that's how I feel about cartoons nowadays, except for this cartoon. And you know, they loved it, so I gave it to them, and that was it. No trade, just gave it to them. You know, like, that's what it is. Like, these pins are like little pieces of happiness, and if that's what we're spreading here, and that's what we happen to be living on, and we're making each other happy by trading little pieces of. This is like all the things that I've ever collected into one thing: pins, badges, flair. Yeah, fuck it, I don't care. I like it, and I think y'all do too, and that's why you're here. So, Heart Enamel, that's where I'm going to get existential with you on that. So let's also talk about packaging. Cunt Burger, you can still buy that from them. They still have that. So ask them. You can trade with them. I think they're pretty down. I forget who it is now. 1 moment, please. Intermission. You mean this Cunt Burger pin? This is a badass pin. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Whenever I get around to sending that other shit. Sorry, winners. I'll send it. I'm sorry. You guys, not to get personal, I don't even know the kind of shit that goes on in the real life. But I do this for fun. So this is an outlet, a creative outlet, and here we go. And if I can help, then that's even better. So let's get down to packaging. I feel like personally, opening these little fucking cellophane wrappers is just the most cumbersome thing. There's got to be something better, right? What is the best to charge? What is the best way to wrap these, right? What do we think? Is it a baggie? Or is it an envelope? I'm thinking maybe a paper envelope from now on, you guys. What do you think of that? Is that more expensive? You know what I'm saying? Now I have to figure out a way to balance this thing. I might have to turn it upside down, you guys. How do I look now that we're upside down? It's not going. So we'll hold now. There we go. Maybe paper envelopes. The alternative is these plastic, and I collect them. I try to save them. I don't know what to do with them. They're so tiny. I don't know what to do. So, paper envelopes, tissue paper. The bubble wrap's okay, but that's even more wasteful. So I'm just trying to figure out an alternative. Maybe we'll think of it. We're riffing here. We're brainstorming. So, though that's my only thing on packaging. Y'all already know that I appreciate a good backing card and lettering and numbering and all that. I mean, that's standard, I feel like, at this point. If we're not implying that on our products and on our expectations with what we are trading and purchasing and the commerce that goes on, then I don't think that you're in it, like, for what we're in it for. So, and that's fine. Like, I'm always down for the casual pin, whatever. Like, that's cool. Great. But, like, I open up a whole new world, and when you do that, you have a new appreciation for shit. So that's it. Shipping. So Baked Beauty has really done the digging and the investigative work to find out the cheapest shipping, and she's posted many things about it. Something stamped. I don't remember these things because I don't really have a need to remember it right now off the top of my head, but it's all on her information, and it'll be shared eventually on this blog that I've started. I've started a blog, so I will connect that eventually. I'm going to rotate the links on the Instagram, and that's probably how I'll do it, so that whenever there's something new, I'll post it, then it'll be linked right there immediately, and then it can be digested for the time being, and then y'all know at least it'll be there. So, yeah, I think that shipping is now starting to get under control now that the awareness is out there. I mean, like we've been talking about, if we're sitting with a couple pins in our cart already, and there is no trade on the table, and we're sitting here having to flip out shipping, and that pushes us over a certain threshold, that makes it do or die, yes or no. I'm not buying this pen. I'm not going this direction. And that's the difference between buying a few or just one, or waiting. And sometimes when I wait, something sells out and I don't have what I want, so I lose the opportunity, and that's just how it is because of a system that I can't work with. And that's unfortunate as a collector when you can't get what you want because of circumstance and method and system. So shipping, figured it out. That's good. I think we were also going to talk about pre-orders. There was a question like, what do you think the price of a pre-order should be? What's a good pre-order deal? How do the pre-orders work? How's your pre-ordering work? So here's what I think the standard pre-order procedure should be. Let's say you as a maker have a design, right? And you've been teasing the design. And there's a few of you guys that do this, which I really appreciate, because then it's like, all right, we know what you're kind of thinking, and we can prepare, maybe save some bucks, because we know that it's all about planning for us too. When it's tight when it's tight, it's tight. And when you're trying to invest in art at the same time, and you're trying to make a long-term investment in something with value that's tradable or sellable later, it's important to know what's coming ahead of time so you can get what you think is most valuable instead of the other things that you can at the time because you were given more time to know about them. The more time we have to know about when you may release something, the better. I do appreciate random drops. I've said this before. Drops on holiday. This misconnection shit. So when people do releases that coincide with holidays or celebrations or releases and things like that, they usually will drop a pin with that. And I appreciate that as well as random ones, but I don't appreciate it after you've already had a sale. That annoys me. When you have a sale and then you release a pin after the sale is over, you just boondoggled me. And now I'm going to miss out on this release because you didn't tell me that you were going to release something that I maybe should wait, but you were having a sale, so you're trying to trick me. You were trying to clear inventory. I'm going to say something about Tom Slayer now. That reminds me. Let's talk about ice. So at first when this pen was released, I wasn't in love with the design that was on just the graphic design. I didn't think it was all that sharp. I thought the face wasn't. But then when the pen was made, I thought, okay, execution was fantastic. I didn't pull the trigger because here's my thing. I didn't think the pen was going to be of much value. But then that shifted because there was deals and I waited long enough and now I have it. There was something else I was going to say about that, but I forget now. Just releasing things after the fact, which, I bought this pen. Yes, now that reminds me. I wanted to help Tom out because he has some designs that I enjoy. I like the Killer Croc that he may do, and I like the fact that he's going to do the young Joker, the Rebirth Joker, the Kid Joker, which he's teased the designs for, which I very much appreciate. So I wanted to help him clear out some inventory so he could fund and make his next pen. And that is an intentional thing. Okay, so that is something I'm doing. Something I'm doing to not only invest, but help the cause and support the community. Reinvest. So when I start making pins, I can't wait until I can contribute in that way too. So here we go. With that's what I mean by pre-orders. If you give us enough time. Now, prices, that depends on the type of pen it is and the embellishments and the different parameters you're doing, how big it is, hard, soft, glitter, glow, how many colors, epoxy, variants, whether it's limited or not. I mean, all these things really matter. If you're going to do packages like a variant bundle, like bundles together. I also wish that there would be some more consideration when you're doing certain bundles. If you know you're going to do certain releases, hold some back for when you release something, if you could release it as a set, if you could release it later as a set too, hold some back so you can release some sets in case people missed it. Fourth Kind Pins did that with the Gorillaz pins that they did, and that was appreciated, I'm sure, by a lot of people who missed out on the first 2 of the 4. And there have been others, but it's a missed opportunity, I think, for extra business and for collectors that know that they missed out and wish that they had a chance to get it again. There are so many pins out there that I want that I can't have right now because of that. Because people just, they're not gonna make them again. The Weed Vereen was one of them. I wanted that Weed Vereen so fucking bad, and I finally got it because Zig VR made it again, and that was it. So the pre-orders, I would just suggest. I would just suggest on the pre-orders that you give us enough time, you price it somewhat moderately to what you're originally thinking the retail very last price will be on it, okay? What you think the retail very last price will be after release on the site regular if it doesn't sell out pre on everything. Take that down about 25 to 30%. So if it's a $12 pen final price, it needs to be maybe $8 pre-sale. First purchase, second purchase 9, 10, and so on and so forth. If you release like 5 for the first thing, if you want to do it real, some people do early birds, which is awesome for us that pay attention, turn post notifications on, your true diehards. Those early bird prices are appreciated. So are certain code promotions that are for people that pay the most attention. So this is marketing we're getting into now too when it comes to pre-order. I also was asked about, what I like to call lateral and vertical integration of your product with culture. So it's like trendy culture awareness. So all the big movie releases, album releases, pop culture, random dumb shit, political, all the nerd stuff, the cons, the anybody doing on tour, doing concerts, all this stuff. This matters for like the Salt Bae thing. That guy who made the Salt Bae thing made a fortune on those pins real quick. I haven't seen him. I mean, I think he made a couple other things, but I haven't really seen much out of him since. So it's these things that you can if you time it right and you're ready to go and you have enough forethought to know that Baywatch was coming out, and I saw there's a Night Watch pin that's been released with Jon Snow, and that's. I'm sorry for all the misconnections here. I know a lot of people probably dropped out because of it. So, but it's going on YouTube, so hopefully. So to get it going real quick, because we're going to run out of time here. But anyway, I don't want to max out again. But I think that a pre-order's value is determined in the very beginning, and how many slots you offer and how many variants you're going to bundle later, or whatever your plan is. As much foresight as possible for your community. And that's what I call vertical and lateral integration. So hopefully you guys can gain a little insight from that and think about those things. There was one other thing, and I forget what it was, but eventually we'll get to all this stuff like a Q&A session or something and plan better. I guess not enough people could join tonight, but that's okay because it is going on YouTube, like I said, so maybe people are going to rewatch there. But thanks for sticking around, you guys who have been here. It's good to tease, Elko. I like it. I'm not going to go much further, so thanks for joining. If there's anything else at the end here, if anybody else has anything, I appreciate y'all joining, and I'm going to sign off. Peace. Can't hit the button.